Guys, I will share in today's video knowledge they never teach in school. Never. I will share with you how your net worth explodes after saving your first 100K. I will teach you how to grow your wealth so fast it will feel illegal. And at the end, I will share with you 3 strategic steps that will help you save your first 100K fast and eventually have you on the way to building millions of dollars of wealth. And by the way, I'm Brandon. Over the last 10 years, I worked on Wall Street as an investment banker, and I started a venture capital fund that now manages over $100 million. It's safe to say I know a few things about how the wealth save and grow their wealth, and I will share that with you today. First, I will explain the core principle that will grow your wealth at light speed. That core principle is compounding. Here is the definition of compounding. Compounding is the repeated addition of interest payments to the principal invested over a period of time. That principle grows exponentially as each new payment of interest is added. And here's the ticker: the higher the number of compounding periods, the greater the amount of compounding interest there will be. Okay, let's show a simple example. I'm going to offer you something. Offer number 1 is you get $1 million in cash today. Offer number 2 is 1 penny today, and I will double your money every day for 30 days. Now think about it. Which one do you want to take? Offer number 1 is simple. You just get $1 million today. Let's at least jump into offer number 2 just to see what's going on here. Now, doubling your money each day, starting with a penny, starts off kind of slow. First 10 days, you're just at $5. Now, let's look at the next 10 days. The next 10 days, we're starting to grow. The money you have earned is closer to $5,000 by day 20. Now, pay close attention here. This is where the magic happens. The magic starts happening right around day 23, day 24, day 25. Now, look at this. Day 25, we're at $167,000. By day 30, we're at over $5 million. Now, let's remember the offers. Offer number 1 was $1 million in cash on day 1. Offer number 2 ended up being over $5 million by day 30. This is the magic of compounding. Now let's look at this in a line chart. First 10 days, nothing's really happening. Even the second 10 days, going up to day 20, nothing really happening. Boom. Once you hit day 23, 24, day 25, starts to shoot up like a rocket. Could you imagine your wealth shooting up like a rocket? Now, know what you're thinking to yourself. You're asking yourself, how do I use compounding to grow my wealth? Well, I'm happy you asked. It's the same way. In the beginning, it's going to grow slow, but then it's going to hit this inflection point and it's off to the races. Now let's jump in. So your first step is saving $100,000. I want to stop right here to point out that I previously made a video on how to save your first 100,000. That link is in the bio. There's a deep dive. The 1 second too long don't read is it takes 8 years to save $100,000. If you're saving $10,000 a year and you're investing that $10,000 into an S&P 500 index fund, which typically returns 7%. So let's talk about the magic now. After you spent roughly 8 years, 7.8 years to be exact, how long does it take you to go from 100,000 to 200,000? Well, it only takes 5.1 years to get you to 200,000. Look how your wealth is already starting to grow. You have not increased any payments. You're still saving the same amount you've been saving to get to the first 100K. And now you're being able to get to the next 100K at a much faster and shorter time. Okay, now let's watch your money start to take off. How fast you can go from 200,000 to 500,000. Okay, and look from 500,000 to 600,000, and 600,000 is where you start to hit that crazy inflection point. After 600,000, your wealth is about to take off. Houston, we have a problem. Your wealth is going to look like NASA or SpaceX just shot a rocket off into the space, and we are on our way to Mars. Look how short this time period has gotten. To go from 600K to 1 million it's taking a little over 6 years. That is so fast. That is longer than what it took to save the first $100,000 in the first place. So let's look at the math. Really, it takes to save your first $100,000, that's a little bit over 25% of the time to save $1,000,000. That's crazy to say that once you save $100,000, you are 1/4 of your way to saving $1,000,000 in terms of time. Now, I don't even call that math. I call that magic. That is so mind blowing. And I don't know why they don't teach this in school. Okay, now that I explained why your wealth explodes after 100,000 and how fast it can get to 500,000, 600,000, and then how it goes light speed from 600,000 to 1 million plus, I'm going to talk to you about the 3 strategic steps that you can take to get to that first 100K faster. Step number 1 is to start now and get good later. Your job is to start today. And when I mean today, I mean right after you turn off this video, start investing. Open up a brokerage account, start something $10, $50, $100, and make sure you automate it so you don't forget. You have to start today. It's time to build muscle memory by saving. You also have to change your identity. Change what's in here. You are a saver. You are someone who builds wealth. And here's for the other folks. If you already have a brokerage account, you're already investing, try to double your investing every 6 months until you can't double the amount that you invest anymore. Push yourself, stretch yourself to grow your wealth. All right, step number 2 is brick by brick. Your job is to be consistent. Once you get to that 100K, you could definitely actually stop investing monthly. But from my opinion, you will not be able to see exponential rocket like growth and experience compounding if you stop investing. So your job is to stay consistent, to stay faithful, to stay dedicated and disciplined. Be a student of the game. Believe in the long term. Take it from me. Take it just one day at a time. Keep one foot in front of the other and remember that your future self will thank you later when you have focused on being consistent around investing. Step number 3, supercharge your wealth by increasing your income. It's time to pull out all the stops. Ask for a raise. Be creative. Start the side hustle. Sit down your boss. Ask them what you can do to get a pay raise and then exceed their expectations. All right, guys, I'm about to lean in on this last little piece. This is your side hustle. It is time to get on Uber. It's time to DoorDash. It's time to start an Etsy store. It's time to open up a Shopify account. You got to shovel some snow. You got to start a consultant business. Pop up that YouTube channel. Do whatever you have to do to supercharge your income, which will eventually supercharge your wealth and you can experience compound growth. Man, it was so much fun shooting today's video, teaching you knowledge that they do not teach in school. Now, all this knowledge will mean nothing if you do not know how to save your first 100K. Make sure you check out my previous video showing you 3 different ways to save 100K.